Hi everybody, and this is Jackie from Jacqueline Ann Designs and from the Facebook group of the same name. And thank you for joining us here on YouTube. I'm not going to get this video posted for a few days, but I wanted to kind of stop and show you the new, an example from the new group of fall journals that I'm about to get posted on my Etsy page. Now, excuse the mess of my desk because I'm still working on some of them, and I've got a couple of them finished, so I wanted to kind of go through what they are. I'm not going to do an individual video on each journal because they're all very, very similar, but with some differences. So please, on the Etsy pages, be sure and look at the photographs on the side, and then you can refer back to this video also, and you're going to know exactly pretty much what you're going to be getting with your journal. Now, this group of journals are primarily writing journals. There's a lot of blank pages. There's pockets that don't have anything in them, but yet then there's other pockets that have ephemera in them for you. There's even some recipe cards in 2 different pockets. Now, the reason that I did that is so that you have plenty of room to write, put in pictures of your kids going off to school, which most kids, all kids have started by now. We're in midway through September. And but I'm sure you took pictures. You've got, going to the pumpkin festival coming up. You've got the hay maze. You've got going to pick out a pumpkin. You've got however you celebrate the different holidays throughout the fall. Yeah, say Thanksgiving. That's why there's recipe cards. You want to share your recipes or write down other family members' recipes. There's plenty of writing room for you to write down the guest list, whether it was at your house or who was at the house that you went to for Thanksgiving dinner. So I just decided to leave them with a lot of that type of room for you. They're single signature soft cover journals. Some of them are quilted fabric like this one, and some of them are done with cardstock. So the price will be reflective of that. And the covers are all decorated just a little bit differently. And then there's some stencil work and a couple of the pockets on the inside that are different in the various journals. So be sure and look at the pictures on the Etsy site to know exactly which journal it is you're looking at. Now, excuse the mess. As I said, I'm still working, but I wanted to show you this example because this one is already going to its forever home here in later today. This one is one of the quilted ones. It's got this burlap with metallic and orange and gold, multicolored fall leaves on the inside, on the outside. You can see it's got a visible sewn in, it's visible and sewn in. Now they're going to come with a tassel, but they're going to come with the tassel hooked on by this. I had already put these eyelets in all the journals, and I started having people saying that they really preferred to be able to remove their tassel. So what I've decided to do is provide the tassel. It will be hooked on your book with this. And then if you want to attach it through the eyelet, you can. It still looks nice, and that way you've got some options, okay? And you can see the quilting I did on this one. It goes all the way around. It's also quilted around the back cover as well. The back cover is pretty simple, but very nice. And then this one has got burlap leaves. They're decorated a little bit differently on the front, and you'll see that in the pictures. It's got a little doily, crochet doily, and some buttons. Now, forgive me, I'm not used to doing this one-handed, so one second. I have ordered a tripod that will be show up above us. It's just not here yet. And my old tripod just kind of said it wasn't going to work anymore. Now you can see on the front and the back cover, you'll see is the same in that I have put these pockets and they're sewn in, so they're nice and heavy duty. And you can put, like I say, different ephemera, different things like that, that you have collected over the fall season. I decoupage this page. It's decoupage napkins. It's got lace trim. And on this side, I did a little collage. In this one, all the collages are different in the book. Some of them may have a similar picture in them, but every one of them are different. So, and over here, you've got some lettering, stamp work. And then this is a library card. And you can see you've got the library card inside of it. The changing of the leaves reminds us that new wonders are just around the corner. And then I've got a flower here that seemed to fit in with the fall scheme. And then on the other side, you've got a belly band. They're all different, but this one is birds. Some of them are fall harvest, various different fall sceneries. They all look like a ticket like this, a giant ticket, but they just all have a little bit different picture. And then they're going to have a journal card or some sort of a decorative card on the inside. Here you have a doily pocket. You turn it over, and inside, this one's got a vintage reproduction postcard that I made. Here I did some stencil work. This one's got leaves. The stencil work is the same but slightly different in all of them. So the leaves may be positioned different. Some of them, the leaves, because there's more stencil work as we get towards the back of the book. Some of them, the leaves are more towards the back of the book. And then others, there's a wildlife scene in the front. So if you don't have a wildlife scene in the front, your wildlife scene is in the back, okay? That's a difference that they have. There's some gold on these, different things. So that's stencil work. Now these are done in a shabby chic styling. So they've got the messiness and all the glory of the way shabby chic is done. And you can see this stencil work was done on some paper that I tea dyed. This is the opposite side, left open for you to journal on or put pictures, put your own decorations on. A lot of the pages have got these, they're made out of various things. This one's a piece of decorated burlap. Others are fabric, others are ribbon, others are lace. So you'll notice these page tabs as we go through. This is some graph paper that just has craft ribbon that's burlap with fall leaves and gold on it. And so both sides of that are for you to journal. This is a paper bag pocket, and I just have a little journal card inside for you there. This is a page that I created with some of my paints. I just put some fall colors on here. Some of it was bleed through from the other side, and then I did some spattering and different things like that to make it where I actually liked it. And then this side is just a page that I paint sprayed with some metallic inks and paints and different things to create that page. This is a tag. They'll all come with one of these tags with the Tim Holtz paper dolls. I decoupage the back of the tag. And then you can see there's just other little ephemera tickets. If they're sitting down, I set them on, made the tickets into little park benches. This particular one has a silk fall leaf. They all have the leaf. But this particular one says, "Be your beautiful self." And that's Sari silk right there. And then behind there, the page is a journaling page. And you can also, on this tag, journal on the back. It's been left open for that. Here, this is all tea-dyed or coffee-dyed paper. Some of the sheets of paper are a combination of tea and coffee dyed. This is a scrapbook digital, and I've made this beautiful paper. I love those birds. Into a big giant pocket, and inside the pocket, I made you some recipe cards. They're made to look like vintage used recipe cards, and they are inside the pockets. This is another pocket that I made. I edged it with some lace, and inside of this particular one, and they're all different, what kind of tags, but this one has a Lori Holt, very shabby chic tag made from some Lori Holt fabric. You can see there. recycled paper products. Bubble envelope is what this one's made from, and so it's got a really soft, kind of nice texture, but everyone's going to have a different tag. Those are not all the same. Most of them, all except for a couple of them, I made these origami type envelopes for the end, and these are sewn, the trim and everything on them. I sewed on my sewing machine, and then they're actually sewn into the book with my sewing machine. And then I've got some little tags and little journaling cards and spaces, and there's plenty of room for journaling here. This is a page, a collage that I designed using some vintage paper, napkin, various sundry things that I've collected. So you're going to see the other side of this page later on. It's kind of to celebrate the beginning of the school year. This side has a little girl, and then you'll see the one that's coming up. More journaling space, and this is more journaling space, and I just love these flowers. And then in here, this is the center of the signature. These are single signature junk journals. Some sorry silk there. My hands are still gluey. And these there's a pocket on each page. And this one has got it's multiple layers of stenciling on top of some collage masterboard that I did. And then I decorated it with various ephemera and lace. And then the tab pulls at the top, of course. And then you can see that I've done machine stitch, zigzag stitching all around here. And then over here, this particular tag, it's got the eyelash yarn at the top. That's what I made the tag out of. And then here, it's got its own little tag made out of some foil, a pumpkin, and leaves on cardstock mini tag there. And then this is a pocket, decorated it with a ribbon bow and some more lace. And then this pocket has got a little journaling card that you can journal in the inside. Now, this journal is not necessarily designed to keep all of these journaling cards in place. Really, it's designed for you to do what you want with it. And then you can even you can either use these journaling cards in here, or you can be creative and create your own journal and use these somewhere else. And you can see I did also stitching around here. And both of these pieces of cardstock, they've got gold foiling in them, really nice quality cardstock, music paper behind that. And then I made these little tags to use as charms. Once again, excuse the glue all over my hands. So I made these little tags here to use as charms. And there's not as many tags and stuff in the rest of the book. And I did that purposely, like I said, so that people can do what they want with it. It's primarily meant to be a writing journal, but I just couldn't help doing some stuff in it. This is the other side of the digital that I created with collage. And this one's showing the little boy at his school desk. Some manila paper. This is another envelope, and inside these are some plain recipe cards. Okay. In case the other ones there's not quite enough for you. Just loved this bird. Some more tea-dyed paper. And what I have pinned up here is an envelope that I made from some scrapbooking paper. And inside, there's some letter writing paper for you to use. You can either write someone with it or journal on it. And this is another piece of the paper that I painted and decorated with metallic fall colors. Tabs. Another envelope for you to stick paper bag. This is the other end of that same paper bag for you to stick things into. Some more graph paper, some more tea-dyed paper. And here is the other, get that piece of that thing out of the way. This is one of the stencil pages that I did, and they are different. Some of them, instead of the moose, feature a deer. Some of them feature a bear. Some of them feature the large animals plus a squirrel and a rabbit. Some of them feature the rabbit and the squirrel doing things on the page. So they're all just a little bit different, but they're done on tea-dyed paper. Plants here at the bottom. You've got some trees and a moose in this one. This is the other side of the doily. More tea-dyed paper. And then here's another envelope for you to stick some of your things in. Fall-themed lace there. The back side of this with more of the napkin decoupage. And once again, some more, another sewn-in pocket here for you to put your fall things in. So I hope you enjoyed that overview. And you can see there's a lot of lace trim continued with these various page tabs made of all sorts of things, fabric, ribbons, lace, different things like that. And thanks for letting me do the video in this really adverse camera situation. I realize that's not the perfect thing to do it while your craft desk is so messy, but I needed to get this video out. And on the other hand, I'm not through with all this stuff sitting out on my desk. So to put it away and get it right back out again a few minutes later wasn't anything I wanted to do. So I appreciate your patience with that. Many blessings, and I hope you all have a wonderful fall season. Bye-bye.